Okay, we'll just take a look at some of the results that went down yesterday in the final 8 of the Zenith Women's Basketball League. Starting with the very first result, GT 2000 and First Deporters. First Deporters winning 73-69. Delta Force and Plateau Rocks. Delta Force winning 69-66. That was really close. And also the closest was between Dolphin 65 and IGP Coin 64. And the late game of the day, the final one, First Bank and Custom. Now this result is wow. Like 115-35. Okay.
You don't expect this kind of result in the playoffs. At
all. This is the final 8.
Perhaps,
this is not
perhaps the game was too late and the Customs team
were tired.
Were sleepy already. And the First Bank team, they're wide awake.
Okay, and in day two faces. For today, we'll be having some other big games. IGP Queens and Plateau Rocks will be in action. Customs, okay, just ensure you raise that record of that kind of loss against GT 2000. First Deporters and First Bank, that's the game to look out for. Delta Force and Dolphins will also be in action. Toby Emmanuel is in the studio. Assistant Sports Editor, New Telegraph. So, Toby, good morning and good to have you.
Good morning. Why are you all making excuses for Custom? The final phase is being wonderful from the Abuja first phase at Abuja, going to Kaduna to Asaba to Ibadan. Now the final phase in Lagos. It's been very exciting seeing the girls giving out their best. But a lot of us are expecting the firework from First Bank, Dolphin.
That's why I said they are on their own level.
Custom,
and I wasn't surprised.
And First Deporter. But today, great game is going to be down to the wire. It used to be a great rivalry between First Bank and First Deporter.
Yes.
When First Deporter had Akashile and Top Stars, but a lot of them have moved over and it's going to the First Bank, and it's going to be a very good. It's a match for Lagos fans to always come to watch, and it's going to be very interesting.
I'm trying to get the difference because when
it's unnecessary.
82 points, that's the difference.
She joked this morning that probably we should have a league where First Bank will be on their own. I mean, that's
no. For the Asaba leg of the and even the Ibadan leg, there was great results. We had great results. We had like what we saw First Bank match. First Deporter match yesterday. It was close because we have this rivalry between clubs. So even though if you add over, it used to be like in football, you say just hand over the league trophy to Imba because Imba is the best player. But it's not Okano pillars. But it's not like that. They're always a surprise
because it's not
element.
like that anymore. That's why, because the big stars left. Now First Bank has the best. Just if you want to find out, if you want to find out the list that came out,
it's the national team. It's the national team.
And the coach also. I mean, from what we're having, from what we're hearing, the coach also might just be coaching.
Well, it's not their fault that they are signing like Guardiola.
So the other teams obviously need to step up as well.
They need to step up, but they have good players. To get to the final phase is for you to get points along the road and also test your player, their might. Most of these teams they played, most of those phases they played. It's now for you to know how to strategize when you come to the final phase to make sure that you get the desired results.
Toby mentioned Pep Guardiola, and he is going really crazy. He's spending lavish on defense. I mean, he spent over 200 million quid now. I mean, what's your take on that? Like, do you ever expect a manager like Pep Guardiola to be spending all these monies on defenders?
Last season we saw his experimental team trying to beat
experimental.
This team. Yes, because he came to a league where he thought it was like the
places he has been before.
The two places he has been, he had stars. He had stars. They won the league for him. Exceptional stars. You can't rate apart from Kuhn and one or two other players, top stars. If you're measuring top 10 in the world in their positions. How many of City's argument? But what I'm trying to say, last season he went on his spending spree. He didn't get anything. He has the confidence of the management. It's not anybody's money. It's their money. They want to buy players. It's on record that they have the 3 highest goals, costliest, most expensive defenders in the world. 3 of them in Man City. But let's see how it translates into trophies, because that's the bottom line. If you put investment and there's no return for it, there is a failure. But I think the management of at the Etihad, they have the capacity to allow him to just experiment and do what he wants to do.
Okay, now let's go to home-based Eagles now. Home-based Eagles. Do we get another name? I don't like the word home-based.
Yeah, but that's
whatever. They are playing at home. Players playing in Nigeria Professional Football League.
Yeah,
call it Chan Eagles.
Chan Eagles.
It is what it is. You can't change it.
It is, yeah.
Now, 25 players are in camp right now, and of course, it's going to be juggling between some clubs releasing their players, you know, to go stay in camp, and not having them the crucial stage of the season. Clubs like MFM who are targeting something tops, I mean, the league title or at least a continental ticket. Then Aimba also, I mean, trying to get something.
It's
I
a
don't
tough
know
one.
how
I get what
easy
Cecilia is
it's
saying.
going
I
to
mean,
be
for a team like MFM now, Cecilia, Ode and Olatubosun, those 2 guys, they are the best in that team. And they will have
10 assists between both of them.
And they will have to go. I mean, how do you deal with
this
this as a club? Let's say you're the management of MFM now. Would you sanction the release?
It's just rather unfortunate that we find ourselves in this situation. The college, because we had our leagues, we have issues within the league. We kept altering the league calendar. You know, several times we keep shifting, giving excuses, or giving postponing some of those fixtures, like the Easter holiday, the break, the Leia holiday also. Okay, so that's why we had the league running through this way. Especially the league wasn't supposed to run
up to this point.
Up to this point. But it means that now they are on national assignment, and the national assignment supersedes every other thing. But rather, it's unfortunate because the life wire take away Ode, take away Olatubosun from MFM. That is the engine room. Take away Ufamundon from Eimba. That's the engine room. Take away most of these top players, because these are the engine room. They are the best player within the system. It's just unfortunate they are going on national assignment. Now, it's going to be a big loss to the club.
For the clubs.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about Nigeria. We understand that the clubs will lose. I hope it doesn't get to affect them. Sunshine, we have something to say because it affected them the last time. But looking at Nigeria, I want to have your say. The Squirrels were able to do it against the Hawks that a lot of us felt were a stronger side. Now we're going to be facing them. Your opinion, do we have a lot to fear? Because people say this is the best we have in the league. So if you have the best we have in the league in that camp, all of them, most of them in that camp already, should we be afraid of the guys from Benin?
I don't think we have. There's no cause for alarm. What we just need to do, like what the coaching crew are starting to do now, is allow the boys. We have an understanding with the clubs. That's why the synergy between the NFF and the clubs come into play. You liaise with them, apologize or appeal to them. That's the word, appeal to them, because this is a national assignment.
Or find a working
arrangement. Because we've seen in the past, even when Ahmed Musa was playing for the national team, his club, he played at the AFCON, the under-20 AFCON. He was flying, shuttling between his club and others. We've seen in cases, even when players play in Europe, they try to see how they could to shuttle between the national team. So if there are arrangements with the LMC and the clubs, those who stay within the axis where the camp is, Kano, who can also come play for their clubs, come back to this thing. But we don't have cause to worry playing either against Togo or the Benin. So now it's Benin. We've known that we're playing against Benin. Right from time, I never asked the cause for. It's just for us to put our hearts together. If you do the right thing, let the players play together, we overcome them. So
we have
the players, we have the coaches, we have the environment, and we have good pitch to play. So we don't have an excuse.
So we've had issues in the past where players use the excuse of being in the national team, even when they're not really under any serious, anything really tying them down, using the excuses not want to travel for away matches and all of that. You know, so because sometimes when we talk about the national team, I think some of these players play some funny games with their clubs too, because of the national. So I think it's a two-way street. I'll talk about that as well. That if you're invited to the national team, it's because of your club.
Definitely.
That you are invited. Stop playing tricks.
At this stage, everybody wants to impress the the manager. And they want to also prove a point, because a lot of us have called for the inclusion of the home base, even though some of us are skeptical because we know the terrain and also the working psychology of the coach Genatra. But whether we like it or not, it's a platform for them to express themselves and prove a point they have what to play in the Super Eagles.
And also maybe some of them will get a chance,
and also have an opportunity to also impress foreign clubs.
Okay. Okay, maybe that's it. That's just it. Okay, now talk about the league now. I mean, the main business, right? Okay. All right. Okay. I mean, Enugu Rangers, we know the position. It's not a good position. Yeah. So the team manager is insisting that the club is not built for relegation. So it's a club that they feel they will survive it. But after let's just listen to him, right?
Yeah, well, but before we listen to him, let's situate the situation. Rangers champions last year, right now in the relegation zone, right? 17th on the log.
Okay.
I mean.
Okay.